Hi, Kipsters. Welcome to another day of writing with me, Miss Gardner. For today's materials, you're just going to need a piece of paper and a pencil because at the end of the video, you're going to have an important job of writing your very own sentences for what we're going to go over today. All right, wonderful writers. So today we're going to be taking a look at our wonderful writers chart, and we're going to look at the different things that we need to make our stories excellent. This way, Kipsters, you can go and you can correct your own writing and make it even better. So let's take a look at the different things we need in order to make our writing absolutely amazing so that we can be wonderful writers too. All right, Kipsters. So the first one we know, it says to use a punctuation mark at the end of the sentence. This is something that we've been practicing a lot. So get ready to repeat the punctuation marks after me. Remember, the first one is a period. Say period. Good, period. We know that a period goes at the end of a sentence when you're just telling something. The next one, say question mark. Good. We know that a question mark is when you're asking a question. You need to get some information from someone. So you ask them a question. When you write it, you always use a question mark. So you have to pay super close attention to what type of sentence you're writing in your story, or anytime you write, even if it's not in the story, to make sure you have the correct punctuation. All right. The last one, there's more, but we'll learn about those later on. The last one is called exclamation mark. What is it called? Good. And sometimes I even say exclamation point. So you can say mark or point. It doesn't matter. It means the same thing. But I remember, Kipsters, if I'm saying something exciting, or if I'm angry in my story, or if I have something that has a lot of emotion behind it, then I always use an exclamation mark. Good. Let's look at the next one. The next one says use a finger space between words. Can you say use a finger space? Good job. Use a finger space. We use a finger space to make sure our writing is very neat and clear, because it can get tricky if you don't use a finger space. Someone picks up your writing and they have no idea what it's saying because there's no space. So remember, always use that finger space after every word so that there's space between your words. Okay, and the last one we're going to focus on is number 3 today, and it says use your word wall and stretch out words you don't know. So I gave an example here. If I wanted to write the word cat, but I didn't know how to spell it, I know that I can use what I know about phonics and I can stretch my words out. For example, here I wrote k. That's the first sound I hear in cat. A, because A is the next sound, and t. I put it together and I wrote the word cat. Good. So next up, I want to get my board and we're going to write some sentences together. You're going to watch me use these 3 things: punctuation, finger space, and stretching out my words that I might not know to help me write sentences. Then you're going to be able to write. So get ready, Kipsters. All right, Kipsters, so I have my board ready and I have my marker. And so I'm going to say some sentences, and then you're going to watch how I use punctuation marks. I use a finger space between my words to make sure that it's easy to read for my reader. And then the last one, I'm going to stretch out my words when I get to words that are not sight words and they're a little bit trickier to spell. All right, so here we go. The first sentence I'm going to write is the car is fast. Again, the sentence is the car is fast. Now, when I get to my writing, I need to make sure that I know that the first letter I write always, say always. It always starts with a capital letter, no matter what the word is. So I know that the needs to have a capital T and not a lowercase t. I know it has a capital T, so I'm going to go ahead and write the word the. And that's a word that I know how to write, T-H-E. So notice I didn't put a lowercase, I'm putting a capital T. The that's a C. The car is. Now, fast is not one of my sight words, but I know, number 3, that I can stretch it out when I don't know it. So let me stretch out the word fast. Oh, that's an A. What else says A like apple. S like a snake, S. Fast. The car is fast. Now let me make sure I use a finger space between every word. My finger can fit between those words, these words, and these words. So that tells me thumbs up, I have a finger space. Now, I can't forget my punctuation mark. Now, I'm saying the car is fast. So that means, friends, that I could have an exclamation mark because I'm excited. Exclamation mark or point because I'm excited about something. So I can add my exclamation mark. The car is fast. All right, let's look at our next sentence. The next sentence we're going to write says, the pig can sit. Again, we're going to write, the pig can sit. The is another sight word, just like in our first one, so I don't even have to take time writing it. And I know that every sentence starts with the. I hope you said capital letter, Kipster. So here we go. The, let me hold it a little bit better. The, capital T. Pig, p. I says I. P, g. G says g. The pig can, that's a sight word. The pig can sit. Right. All the sounds I hear, t. And what do I need at the end? I need a punctuation mark. And here I'm just telling someone something. I said the pig can sit, so I just need a period. I'm not asking a question, and I'm not super excited. I'm just telling you. All right, last sentence, and then Kipsters, it'll be your turn to write with your families. The last one says, a kid can run. A kid can run. Okay, so I know that A is a letter, but sometimes it's a word. Like in this sentence, the sentence is starting with the word A. I wonder, should it still be capital if it's just the letter A? The answer is yes. It should still have a capital letter, Kips, because A by itself is a word. And it's the first word in the sentence. And I remember that the first letter of the first word in the sentence should have a capital letter. So even if it's by itself, like the letter A, or you could say I maybe, if you start a word with the word I, it would still need a capital letter. So, again, A, kid, id. Now, I know that C says k, but in this case, friends, K is saying k for kid. K, I, that's an I, d. Oh, I know that D says d. The kid can, and let's write, that's R. Let's write run. Here we go, stretch it out, run. Run. So now I want to write what I heard. That's a U. And I need a period or any punctuation, but I know that here I'm just telling, so I need a period. All right, Kipsters. So, thumbs up. I started my sentence with a capital letter in every single one. Thumbs up. Then I need to check for a finger space. I already did that in the first one. Let's check the next one. Finger space. Finger space. Great job. So my words are spaced out perfectly. And finally, the last one. Finger space between each one. All right, Kipsters. Fabulous job. So now it's going to be your turn to write. Now this part might be tricky because you're going to need your family's help to pause the video so that you can see the sentences that I write. I want you to fix the sentences. Make sure each one has a capital letter. Make sure each one has the punctuation mark at the end of the sentence. Every single sentence should have a finger space between the words so it's easy to read. And finally, make sure you stretch out the words that are tricky for you to write. Now, I already wrote them for you. However, you can give yourself a challenge and try to write it. Have somebody tell you the sentence, and you can try to write it without looking at my sentence, okay? It's up to you, however you choose to do it with your family. All right, so here are my sentences. You can even pause it right here so that you can get all of those words, but I'm still going to read them for you. Okay, so, you need to be super careful because some of the words, Kipsters, I'm not trying to trick you, but I want to give you a challenge. Some of the words don't have a space. So even if I wrote it without a space, you need to rewrite it with the space. Here we go. It says, the fox, super quick. I wonder why I said it like that. The fox sat on the box. That's number one. You rewrite these again. Make sure you write it correctly with your punctuation and your capital letter. Number two says, can you pop the top? And finally, number three says, that's supposed to say the, it was a little smudged, but the bat can flap. All right, Kipster. So with these sentences, I want you to go ahead, rewrite them with your family, send that picture to your teachers so you can continue to get these wonderful shout outs. We are so proud of all the hard work you're doing. Keep it up, Kipsters.